welcome back to the Games and Giggles podcast with me, Denise, and Gabby. We're back again, and you'll see we changed things up again a little bit. Not again, we never did this before. We changed things up, and it's gonna be a little bit different now. We won't have strict... Oh no, we talk about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we won't have strict topics anymore for our episodes. We're just gonna take it a bit more chill, you'll see. And in this episode, we're gonna talk about, because I can see in the future, we're gonna talk about Sims, the Sims wormhole, and we're gonna talk about how games have developed, how we used to play games when we were younger, and how we used to play them now, and how we miss the really nice co-op games that you could do next to each other on the couch. And we also once more talk about the evilness of DLC and money making in different companies. So yeah, have fun listening to this episode. So yeah, we are back after a while. A lot has happened. I have moved now, and I have a little setup with the ring light.
Yay.
Oh, like you can see my hands going if I get closer to this. And it's still very wobbly, and I'm not allowed to touch my laptop, which is also new, by the way, because then I'm afraid that everything will fall down and everything will collapse. So I'm a little bit careful over here.
It's a very sensitive setup, isn't it, that you've got going on at the moment? Yeah.
So
it's so exciting.
Yeah, and I want to get like a little streaming setup to possibly stream in the future. And yeah, but it's all still very new, and I'm still getting used to it, and I'm playing around with it a lot. So yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it will go well though. And this is so nice because we wanted to like start podcasting again. I don't know, is that a verb? Can you make it into a verb?
Sure.
I don't know. Maybe?
The language adjusts to the user is what I learned in uni. That's right. So we can do whatever we want.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. So I think now we can like properly get into it because we've got our setups, and I think we want like a little bit of, not like a big rebrand, but just to make the episodes more like personal and more chill, right? So like a catch up, and catch up everyone with gaming news in general, but also other things, like movies or shows, whatever we've been enjoying.
Yeah, we just don't want to have like very strict topics about different subjects. Wait, that's the same. We don't want to have like very strict subjects anymore for the single episode. So we'll do it a bit more freely, which means you'll get more surprises.
Absolutely. And then you have to listen to all of it.
Yes,
to know
absolutely.
what we talk about. Oh my goodness. But yeah. So anyway, what have you been up to, Denise? I want to know, what have you been playing recently or watching? What has caught your eye, caught your attention?
I mean, I got a new laptop, which actually runs now. My former laptop was very, very old, more than 7 years. So I had to get a new one because I want to start editing, and for studies I need a better laptop as well. Yeah. So I have that now, which means I was able to install Sims 4 again, because now my laptop can actually run it without almost dying. And so basically the past few days I've been in the Sims wormhole, which means I've been playing Sims all day and I couldn't get out, and I liked it, but it's also scary, when you get into it and you're just like, oh, I'll just play another day, or I'll just play until the Sims ages up. And suddenly you look at the time and it's like 12 at night and you're like, oh, shit.
Exactly. The Sims wormhole, like, that's a real condition,
Yeah.
I will fight anyone who says otherwise, because you will fall into the wormhole. And then the worst part is sometimes what happens to me is I play it for ages and ages and ages, and then I can't touch it again for like months at a time. Right? And then you go back to it and you do the same again.
And I don't think there's another game that has it as extreme as The Sims.
No.
Because you just get sucked into it so much. Because maybe it's because there's always something happening, but there's not a lot happening. if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
absolutely.
So it just
Absolutely.
keeps dragging you in, and you're just like, oh, another day, another school day. I just got to do the homework, and suddenly it's another 2 hours of gameplay.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah.
feel that. And you know what? I was thinking about this actually today because there's sort of like a new simulation game coming out. Well, there's quite a lot right now that's in production still, and one of the big ones is called Paralives, but another one
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna come out, I don't know, sometime soon. It's still again in development. It's called, I think, Little Sim World or My Little Sim World or something like that.
Oh.
And it's a really like cutesy game, you know. It's a simulation, but it's very cutesy,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of reminds me even like of Stardew Valley, like the camera angle
Oh.
and you know that kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel
Mm-hmm.
to it, which is really really cute. And you know, I was thinking about these games, and a lot of people think like, okay, once these games come out, they will sort of replace, let's say, the Sims series or the Sims franchise. And I was just thinking that, and to be honest, I don't think it will. And maybe that's disappointing, and even like to me it's disappointing because you know we already know of the downfall, right, with the Sims 4. It's not the best,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably the worst one out of all of them, which is really bad. But you know, at the end of the day, I think the stuff that you can do on the Sims, how free it is, the graphics of it, the way it works, the accessibility, everything to do with the game, nothing else can have that. And even this new game that is really cute, I was like, oh, the art style is so cute. But then I was thinking, I couldn't really spend a day on that game, probably, you know? And maybe that's just me, I don't know. But it's very what is that word called when it's like a very particular style? Um do you,
Unique?
yeah, I think there's another I
I
think
don't
there's
know.
another word I'm thinking
Possibly.
of.
I can't think of any.
Oh,
Uh,
it'll come to me. It'll come to me.
mm,
But you know what I mean? It's got a very particular style, and
mm-hmm.
those kinds of games, I don't know if I can keep playing them over and over again, if
Maybe,
that makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah.
And I don't know. Sims is just very, very unique. And I don't think any game can copy that. I mean, they
No.
can't copy it without being The Sims, obviously,
Yeah.
exactly. But there's a feel about The Sims and the way it's, I don't know, I feel like it's so integrated in our culture as well. Like everyone knows The Sims, and so
Yeah.
many people have played The Sims before. I think it's really, really hard to replace that.
Absolutely. But at the same time, I feel like I'm getting quite tired of just how like Americanized it is as well,
Mm-hmm.
especially for us in Europe. I think playing The Sims, and I don't know, maybe it's not really a big issue, but at the same time, you know, now they're trying to bring out these new packs that incorporate like other, you know, cultures, different sorts of furniture. You know, really,
Mm-hmm.
it's really great because it does, of course, allow that. But yeah, at the same time, I just think, you know, the game has so much potential. That's what I think, right? The game has so much
Mm-hmm.
potential, and what they're doing is like 5% of what they could be. You know,
Yeah,
it kind
that's
of feels
true.
like that. And I'm like, you could be doing so much to appeal to such a wider market because, like you said, everyone knows The Sims from
Mm-hmm.
different
Mm-hmm.
countries. You know, I when I still lived in Lithuania, we had The Sims. You know, that was still like, you
Yeah.
know, that was like the game. You know, you had to have The Sims. So it's not
Mm-hmm.
like only the UK or only the US plays it, obviously. So yeah, I don't know. I love the game so much as well, and I just want to see like the best happen to it. You know. Uh, and I
No,
think, sorry, girl, I think the word I was thinking of was niche. Is that the
oh,
right word?
yeah. I think
Yeah?
that makes sense. Yes,
You
yes.
know what I
That
mean,
makes
right? It's like a
sense.
very
Absolutely.
particular sort of style. That's what I meant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I also think recently I was thinking about like, why is on the base game of Sims, because before I
Mm-hmm.
had my laptop, I played some Sims on the PS4 with just the base game,
Oh,
like
yeah.
no add-ons, nothing. And there was
Mm-hmm.
so little gameplay possibilities. And I was thinking about like, why did they bring out a game like that? Obviously, like it's lacking so many things.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think like it's that they can sell their add-ons, because if they already have a really full gameplay, then why would people buy the add-ons and all the game packs and everything?
Mm, I don't know. I think it is that, but at the same time, what's really disappointing is that us as consumers, we didn't really know that going into it, because the game before Sims 3, you can
Mm-hmm.
play the base game and you will be playing it for years, and not being
Mm-hmm.
bored
Mm-hmm.
basically, because there is so much to do on there. And then you can still add the packs to it just to enrich it. But even when I play The Sims 3 now, sometimes I just disable some packs because I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna go into university, so I don't need that one. It runs a bit
Mm-hmm.
smoother obviously if it doesn't have as
Mm-hmm.
many packs. And I don't feel like, oh, now my game is like missing something because I disabled pets or I disabled university.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it just enriches the game, right? And
Mm-hmm.
gives it like new stuff to do if you want to. But
Yeah.
with Sims 4, if you disable a pack, it's like your arm is missing,
Yeah.
you know?
That's
You're
true.
yeah, you're missing like essential gameplay, and that's really sad.
For example, with pets, like it for me, it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense that you can build a family, but you cannot add a
Mm,
pet.
yeah.
Like that should be. I guess that like maybe you can add a vet in a pack or something to make it more exciting, or
Yeah.
things like that. But I just, but I do think it was a conscious choice by them
Mm.
to
For
sell
Sims
more.
4, yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, then we're back at the thing we were before at the episode we actually did
Yeah.
before about
Yeah.
DLCs. Are they worth it?
Absolutely. But what I find really sad is, I think as you sort of grow with a series, what's really important to you is that the team working behind the game, right? And this is exactly what happened with CD Projekt Red as well, because the team that was working behind The Witcher was very like
Mm-hmm.
really trusted, and people expected really really great things from them because we know what they're capable of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's disappointing in itself that the team was rushed so much, and they were under so much pressure that they had to get out the game at that exact moment and not have it finished. But I think it's different with what happened with The Sims 4, which was also rushed, right? When it was released, it was rushed because there were
Mm-hmm.
literally no like swimming pools. It's like, come on.
What,
There were
really?
no Yeah, there were no swimming pools and no toddlers didn't exist. It would go from baby to child, like
Oh
in The
my
Sims
god, I
1.
didn't know that.
Yeah. So we literally went back to like The Sims. No, actually, The Sims 1 did have pools, so I'm sorry, it's even
Yeah,
worse.
like pools are the classic of Sims, aren't they?
Exactly. And so people were like, what the hell? And it's so disappointing that the team that worked behind the previous games, like a lot of them have now quit, or they weren't
Mm-hmm.
even working on The Sims 4. And you can just feel that, like, as a consumer of the
Yeah.
products, you can feel like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
this is a different team. Like, they don't understand what we want? And it's just so sad because you grow up with that team of people. You
Mm-hmm.
don't know them personally, but you know them through their
Mm-hmm.
game, you
I
know?
I know that from the Mass Effect or
Yeah.
Dragon Age series, it's this exact same issue. So you have the
Yeah.
team, and like the writers there are really good. Like all of them are really, really good. But then
Yeah.
you have Mass Effect 3, which the end was completely rushed and completely messed up. And
Yeah.
then you hear a couple of years later that so many people have left the team, and you're just thinking, wait, how is this ever going to be good again? Obviously, new
Exactly.
people can also do new work, but you still
Yeah.
have the big bad EA company in the background that
Yeah.
fills you with dread about upcoming games, and you just think, oh my god, is it gonna be good, or are they gonna sell the second part of the game as a DLC?
Exactly. But didn't we talk about this as well? I think when we were playing
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft and we talked about Assassin's Creed, and I think you said something really interesting. You were like, they should have just, or I don't know if it was you or someone else, but like they should have just started a new series and got rid of the like the actual like
Oh yeah, I
you know
said
what I
that.
mean?
I
Yeah.
said that about at Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Obviously,
Yeah.
a lot of people are disagreeing with me, and whenever I mention this in front of Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
fans, they kind of hate me. But I
Pitchforks
do
out,
believe,
get up.
yeah. So I haven't played the earlier Assassin's Creed because I wasn't gaming yet when they came out, because I didn't have a console, I didn't have a gaming PC or anything like that, because I was a child and I was dependent on my parents for stuff like that. So I thought that Assassin's Creed Odyssey I think it's a really, really great game. I love the
Mm-hmm.
story of Cassandra, but I think it would have been much better as a standalone game if I didn't have the scenes where you get back to today's age, or the weird stuff about the backstory with the aliens. I think it's something like that that you get to find out, that just felt, for me, it didn't really fit in. I would have
Oh.
preferred if it was just a game about Cassandra, or her brother. What's her name?
Alexis, I think.
Alexius,
Mm.
exactly. I forgot.
Yeah.
That's how important he is to me. Yeah, no, I do think that as a standalone game, apart from the Assassin's Creed series, it would have been much, much better, because
Mm.
they could have taken the time and effort they put into the Assassin's Creed part of it and put it into, I don't know, better RPG aspects of it or something like
Yeah.
that. But
Absolutely.
that's just my hot take on this.
No, I agree though, because I mean I didn't finish the game because I,
Mm.
as I said to you, it just got too RPG, got too grindy for me, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this is not the Assassin's Creed that I know and that I used to
Yeah.
love. And as someone who did play the older ones, I love the older ones. Revelations, Assassin's Creed 2, those just the best ones, right? You have to play them at some point just
I
to see
will.
what it was
I
like,
want to,
because
yeah.
that is the epitome of Assassin's Creed for me. And the sort of going out of the, I can't remember what the machine is called, but going back to the present day, actually made sense, and you were like, oh my god, I need to play the next one because we need to know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, somewhere along the way you just sort of lose that story, and like you said, just why just make it standalone? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think people would have still played it. That's the thing. It's like beating a dead horse, isn't it? I don't
Yeah.
understand.
And
Just leave it.
I really, and I also think, like, there's so many game series that just get dragged on.
Absolutely.
Same with Mass Effect. I was very happy
Mm-hmm.
when Mass Effect Andromeda came out because I
Mm-hmm.
love the Mass Effect universe. But sometimes I think, what if BioWare just brought out a new sci-fi series that doesn't
Yeah.
play within the Mass Effect universe? That's just
Mm-hmm.
something completely different. And I know that
Yeah.
takes a lot of effort because you have to do a lot of background writing. You have to come up with the whole world, and obviously that takes time and money as well, and people and good ideas. But sometimes I'm so sad that series get dragged on for 20 years. Like, I don't even know when the first Dragon Age came out, and we don't know when the next Dragon Age is coming out. It's
No.
probably still going to be at least 3 years. So
Yeah.
it just drags on so long, and sometimes I think, maybe just give me a new fantasy game, a new fantasy
Yeah.
RPG. I know you can tell good stories, so tell me a new story
Yeah.
and just
That's
finish this
so
one
true.
up.
That's so true. And I think what a lot of people forget is like I don't know, I feel like sometimes with series, like we've grown up with them, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's really a certain amount of nostalgia with things like this as well that play into it. And I feel like when a series is that old, like 20 years, and they're trying to find basically a new fan base, the younger generation. But to me, I always question, like, it's like this like fight, right, between like who's a real fan, who really likes the game. I don't
Yeah.
want it to be like that, but even with the Sims, I'll go back to, I'm sorry, but there's like a huge discussion right now because the Sims team is marketing the game basically to kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Sims community is like, what the hell? Sims came out like as an adult game. It was never really supposed to be for really, really young kids. I mean, young
Mm-hmm.
kids played it, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
the humor, especially in Sims 1, and the difficulty of Sims 1 it's really high. And it used to be a hard game to play. Like Sims 4 is
Mm-hmm.
really chill. You can just, do your own thing. Sims 1, you actually have to keep your Sims alive. Otherwise they will just probably die.
Mm-hmm.
And the humor in it, you had really sort of like sexual innuendos and really just really, let's say, adult humor, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's what people love. They loved the cheekiness of it, and they loved having a game that they could play as adults and grow up with it. So sometimes I question, like, why not end the series and, like you said, write a new one that we know they're capable of and that can maybe attract a new generation of
Mm-hmm.
players. Because let's face it, they're not gonna be drawn to the old series as much. They didn't grow up with it. And
Mm-hmm.
also the ones that are drawn to it, the ones that have played with it, if you don't keep up the standard of it, then what's the point of carrying on? Because they'll be disappointed as well. Like it's
Exactly.
just a no-win situation. I don't get it.
I mean, it's the same with Pokemon, right? So
Mm.
I grew up with, or when I started playing Pokemon, there were the
Oh yeah.
120 Pokemons, and I knew them all by heart. I was able to just tell you all of them, 1 to 120.
I
Okay,
love
not
that.
according to, not with the same, with the right numbers. Like I wouldn't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
which was
Not in
Pokedex
order.
entry
Yeah.
1. Yeah, not in order. But like, the new Pokemon games, they're really, really easy. So you play them, you don't have to like train your Pokemon at all. You just basically
Oh
walk through the
wow.
whole stories, through all the, oh, what's the English word of it? I played it in German, now forgot it. Gyms.
Oh yeah. Oh
Through all
yeah.
the
Yeah.
gyms, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's called arena in German, which is
Oh
arena,
yeah.
which also is a
Arena.
word that
Yeah.
exists in English. So that's confusing. But yeah, so you don't have to practice anymore. So for the grown-up Pokemon players who knew the first Pokemons where you had to grind for days to beat a gym
Mm.
sometimes, it just feels too easy and you don't get the same feel from it anymore. Obviously, it's nice for kids, but then again, I wonder, does it still feel the same for the kids? Now there are
Yeah.
600 different Pokemons.
Yeah.
Like, is it still the same feel, and wouldn't it be worth it to just let it go?
See, that's a good question. Like that's what I'm getting at. Do the kids have the same feeling as us, like the same
Mm-hmm.
nostalgia for games
Mm-hmm.
anymore? And I remember
Yeah.
I used to play video games or like PC games, whatever, and there were levels or games that I could not even complete. But I
Mm-hmm.
never hated that. Like there were games I couldn't complete because it was that hard, and there were no tutorials. You couldn't just go on YouTube, see like, oh,
Yeah.
this and this mission, how to pass, there was nothing, so you were stuck on your own. I didn't even probably know English, like half of it, so I couldn't even know what was going on. But
Mm-hmm.
still, as a kid, like I used to love those types of games. I was like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing, but this is so fun. And like you said, the
Yeah.
grind, when you finally
Mm-hmm.
probably complete that mission or whatever, you feel like, oh my god, I did it. And yeah, is that the same? I don't know.
I mean,
Does
don't
it
get
feel
me
as
wrong. I
rewarding?
love easy games. I play
Yeah.
most of the games on easy. That's okay for me. Like,
Yeah.
especially story-based games. I just want to. I go there for
That's
the
true.
story.
That's true.
But sometimes yeah, I don't know. I feel like I missed the grind, and I don't know. Today you still have Dark Souls, for example, if you really
That's
want that.
true.
But then again,
That's
that's
true.
not a grindy game. It's just a trial and error game, a
Yeah,
hundred times
yeah.
over.
It's. I think it's like a whole other genre, isn't it? I mean,
Mm,
it obviously has a genre, but it's just such a unique game. Yeah,
yeah.
it is. That's true. I feel like
Hmm.
that's one of the better games of our like generation at the moment.
Yeah, it's very
Um,
popular as well.
yeah. But yeah, talking about popular games, obviously we've come back to Minecraft, and I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We started our own little like server with a few of us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something as well, like with the server-based games, like Minecraft. I mean, it's our first time trying it. Obviously, we did have a
Mm-hmm.
world before, but this one you can like go on to any time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's interesting to me. We had a conversation about this, like what people get out of it and how people play with servers differently. And
Yeah.
right, and I think that's very relevant right now because you have so many games that follow in the footsteps of Minecraft, and even Minecraft itself. I mean, it's always popular, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
someone's always playing it. But yeah, like for you and me, I feel we like to sort of take it slower and I
Hang
don't
out a
know.
lot.
Yeah, like hang out. It's more like social, is it? Especially
Yeah.
right now, like during COVID. It's like, yeah, let's
Mm-hmm.
hang out in Minecraft. Where
Yeah.
else?
Exactly.
Oh my god. Mid 20-year-olds,
Mhm.
like, let's just Friday night, get on the
Oh my god.
Minecraft.
Oh no. Oh, that makes me
It's
feel
come
kind
to
of
that.
stupid.
Yeah, it is.
Let's go hang out in Minecraft.
It's true, right? I mean,
Let's get
it's
drunk on Minecraft.
we should do that. That's a good idea.
We'll do
Oh
a
my god.
Minecraft party. We'll make a little disco.
Yes. Oh, I love that. I love that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. We've had a lot of fun on it. But you and me, like, we're very slow on these types of things, right? We're not very
Yeah.
competitive, so
No, exactly. And we have other players who have a
yeah.
huge base and they get like factories, like villager factories, and I don't even understand how they
I don't
work.
understand.
I
I
don't
don't
even know how to
understand.
make these, and I don't even know what they're good for. And they just, like, while I was still completing the hard, I was still strip mining, I was happy about the 4 diamonds I found. They had, like, this huge complex, and I
Oh my
can't
god.
even
Yeah.
comprehend it.
No, no. But that's I think that's also what's amazing about the game because you can get out what you want to get out from it, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. You know what I mean? If you
Mm-hmm.
want to make these like I mean some people are so good at building as well. We've got one guy on the server who's just an amazing builder and I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, it's just mind-blowing. I think now like they're making sort of some sort of medieval like village, right? And I'm like, "Oh my god, that just sounds insane."
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, other people very good like engineering basically on Minecraft, which
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know was possible.
I
And
thought you needed mods for
yeah,
this. I didn't know that was possible with vanilla Minecraft.
exactly. So it's just I don't know. To me, it's so fun. I mean, we spent like what 4 or 5 hours the other day just like strip mining, right? And it was
We
just
didn't
like the
even
best
need
time.
anything. I think we have enough diamonds again to give us full armor, but I just love
Yes,
it. Like strip mining,
me too.
talking, listening to music.
Yeah,
So relaxing. It's like
absolutely.
training Pokemon back in the day was.
Yeah, really. Okay, there we go. See, you got like the
Mm,
same feeling. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
But yeah, like again, Minecraft, I feel like does it right, right? You still have the
mm,
base game. You have to buy it once. I bought
yeah,
it years ago. I deinstalled it, installed it again, installed it
yeah.
on a different laptop, and it's no issue. Like it's no
No,
big deal. I just download it and it works. There's no DLCs you have to buy, and they keep updating it, and they update it
yeah,
with major stuff. It's not like you have to get the honey update with the bees.
yeah,
Yay,
yeah,
pay 10
yeah,
bucks and you can have bees. Or you
yeah,
want llamas, get the llama
yeah,
update, get the llama DLC. No,
yeah.
it's you just get it.
Imagine
And
you had DLC like for Sims, so you have to get like seasons to have different weather. You have to get pets for the llamas, the cats, and the
you want to
dogs.
tame the cats, you better buy this 10 franc DLC or euros or whatever.
Oh my god, that would be so funny though. Oh my. That's scary to think about,
And
yeah.
I don't know, like, I guess that they make a little bit less money like that, but I think they still make enough money, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because they still put out updates for it. And also, what's amazing about Minecraft, I think they do it right. Like, it's still realistic to how it was for us. It's still nostalgic when we play it. But at the same time, new generations play it too, and
Yeah,
they can enjoy
exactly.
it. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, it's just for everyone. And I also watched a video. I think actually Razbuten put it out on YouTube, and he does really, really like really good videos. Like very, he looks at gaming in general and sort of psychologically looks at it and everything. I don't know. It's just amazing. But he talks about. I think it was him that he talks about Minecraft as well, and oh yeah, because his wife is a non like she's not a gamer, so they went on Minecraft, and they soon realized that like his wife didn't know how to play Minecraft at all because there's no tutorial, and it's so funny to me because he was like the sort of the magic of Minecraft, I guess, to put it in a cheesy way, is that you don't learn it from YouTube or a tutorial. You have to ask your older brother or a cousin or whoever you're next to in the room. And isn't that's like the old school gaming, right? That's like when we used to play and you would talk about games with other people. You're like, oh, did you finish that level? How did you do it? Because I can't get
Yeah.
through that.
I
Oh,
remember
you have
that.
that Pokemon. Oh my god, how? I don't have, Isn't that
Yeah.
cool?
I
I don't know, I like
remember
that.
when I was a
Yeah.
kid, I was in primary school and I was a really, really
Uh-huh.
shy kid. I didn't have a lot of friends, but there was a lot of kids in my neighborhood. So at
Uh-huh.
some point, I had the Pokemon game and I played it by myself and I really loved it. And I got to the point where
Hmm.
Snorlax was in my way and
Okay.
I didn't know how to get around it.
Uh-huh.
And I had no idea. Like now it isn't so difficult, but now I've known it for like 10 years, 20 years,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
So I had to ask one of my neighborhood boys that I never really talked to. I knew him, but I was very
Mm-hmm.
shy, so I never really talked to. So I had to ask him how to do it. And
Yeah.
that's really funny to me because there was no other way
No.
for me to find out unless I stumbled upon it accidentally, which I
Yeah.
would have probably eventually.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
you don't have that
that's
anymore. If I
amazing.
get stuck somewhere in a game, I Google
Yeah.
it,
Yeah, that's
right?
true. But having said that, like going back to Minecraft, I think even just like months ago, so or last year, I don't know, somewhere around that time, like
Mm-hmm.
Mark's niece was, so my partner's niece was playing
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft, and we were kind of just watching over her shoulder, because we were like, oh, what is she doing? What is she making
Aww.
on there? And she didn't know like basic things like oh, put iron ore into the furnace and you can have iron, or how
Mm-hmm.
to make a torch, like really basic stuff, because you can't blame her. There's like no tutorial for it. She's not gonna figure it
Yeah.
out until much later, maybe.
Though now I
So
think in the new
yeah,
version it's easier because you can look up the recipes in the game.
that's true. Yeah, that's
But
true.
it didn't used to be like that, except for in the
No.
PS4 version, because there you kind of have to, in the menu, you have to choose
Yeah.
the item you want to craft,
Mm-hmm.
and then it puts it in for you, because obviously
That's
it's
true.
harder to put in stuff with the
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
even then, and then Mark like spent a good amount of time, like maybe an hour, just teaching her the basics. That was so sweet. I was like, oh,
That's so
this is what gaming should be
cute.
about. We can learn from each other, and
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It was really nice. So I think that's definitely a game that's kept that sort of charm, like old school gaming style
Mm.
charm. Or do you remember like co-op games, but like actually being next to each other, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Weren't
don't get
those
that everything. I
amazing?
was just thinking about that. Like, even if you
Yeah.
play together with people, it's usually online.
Online.
So
Yeah.
when I play with a game with my boyfriend, who basically lives in the same room
Yeah.
as me,
You need
he
to
is in
get another
on the
console.
PS4. Yeah, he's on the PS4 next to me, and I'm
Yeah.
here. And
Yeah.
it's not like we can like play together at one.
See,
There's still
that's
games like that, but it's kind
yeah.
of missing, isn't it?
It's missing. Like
Mm.
COD used to have it all the time. Like all the old Call of Duty
Hmm.
games used to have it. And I used to love that because I would play with my cousin. He would come around, we'd do a few games. Or we used to love Little Big Planet because that was like such a creative game and you could still
Aww.
do it next to each other.
Hmm.
Those were also really cool because again, you have that sense of, oh, we're helping each other, do something. And
And it's like properly gaming together, not just
yes,
gaming with someone, it's gaming together. Yeah.
exactly. That's nice. I used to love that. I used
I
to
mean,
love that.
I can still think of two games that still have that.
Mm,
And
okay.
it's Mario Party and
True.
what's the race game called? I just forgot. How stupid am I?
Uh,
The Mario race game. How stupid am
Mario
I?
Kart?
Mario Kart, yes, that's so
Yeah.
obvious. Yeah, but that's the one. I mean, you still play against each other, but I think
That's
Mario
true.
Party still has that feel. And I
Mario
think that's
Party
why
is
it's so
great.
popular still, even with our
Yes.
generation.
Absolutely. Like that's a good game. And also just I think now it's also games like Jackbox where you can have just like party games, and you can yeah, have like little mini games together as well. Which is really nice. But yeah, a lot of the time, like even if you come round, let's say, and we did find a game, we played Unravel last time
Yeah,
you were
exactly.
here. But you have to really actively search for those games that you can play together.
Exactly.
Otherwise, like we're still, even if you're here, you're still in the other room because we can't even play together, right? So you still have to be in the other room so we can do games, which is just silly when you think about it.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, that was nice. That was a nice sort of
That was a
nostalgia
nice
trip.
feeling though, yeah.
Yeah,
Playing
yeah.
that together.
I used to love that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm getting the PS5 today as well. We're collecting it.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I'm not even near to getting
I
one.
know.
I
But the
still
thing
have
is,
to
like,
save up.
we didn't expect to get it so soon, because we thought, okay, well maybe if it comes up, sure. But I was just saying like the other week, like, we won't rush it, right? I even said that to you, like, there's no rush really. But
Yeah.
isn't it the exclusivity? I feel it adds so much because you're like, oh, like I can get it. I must have it now, because it's so
Yeah.
hard to get, right?
But I
I
hate that. Why is it hard to get?
I
Like, did they expect no
know.
one wants it? I mean,
That's
obviously they
what I
did it on purpose
mean.
as a marketing strategy.
Yeah,
But I hate that.
I
But
know.
again, then we're back to the how do we sell more stuff?
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly, exactly. But now I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have one. And
yeah,
at the
that
same
is
time,
exciting.
yeah, it's cool. But at the same time, like, okay, now I need to find games that we can either play, PS4 and PS5, or we need to buy new games. So it's like I'm spending money that I didn't think I would spend yet on it.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be nice. I'm really like I am obviously excited for it because it's the next gen. We're gonna have this for like years to come, right?
Yeah,
And
that's very exciting.
that's the next step. So it's really really cool. And I'm waiting for some games to come out because I thought now that we're gonna get it, like I'm gonna get a few games, but a lot of games haven't come out yet for the PS5, I think, right? A lot of games that are coming out are still PS4 and PS5, I
Yeah,
believe.
there's some exclusives that have been
Yeah.
announced. I mean, I know Spider-Man, but that was a launch game, right? That was out
Yeah,
from the beginning.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, and I know that Horizon, what is it called? Forbidden
Oh,
West?
Horizon Forbidden West. Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
exactly.
You're
But
right.
I don't think that one's out yet, is it? I
No,
haven't
I don't
seen
think
anything about it.
so. I don't think so.
And other than that, I don't really know. There's not a lot of exclusives yet. But that's why I'm
No.
not too sad that I don't have the PS5 yet, because
Exactly.
there's not really
Yeah.
any games that I'm missing out on, except
Exactly.
maybe I'm not good with words again. Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, that's
Because that's
true.
apparently unplayable on PS4.
Exactly. That's now a PS5 game only.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just how I look at it. I just ignore it on the PS4. Didn't happen.
Didn't happen. We forget
Nope.
about it. I'm just excited. Like we talked to Denise as well before the podcast. Stray, the cat game, is
Mm-hmm.
coming out, but that's October 2021. So that's still at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited. I'm so excited,
Yeah, I
Denise.
haven't looked into it that much yet, but it's like a bit of an exploration game, isn't it? I
Yeah.
thought.
So you play as a cat in a world filled with robots, which I kind of like. That's pretty cool. You're exploring the strange world. You'll gain a unique perspective from the eyes of a feline who can sneak under cars, traverse over rooftops, and go about unnoticed. Oh, I love that. It's
Oh, I
so
love
fun.
that.
The idea of it is so fun.
Oh
Oh
God.
my.
I really got to broaden my horizon a bit more with games. Like I want to play a wider array of games, I think.
Like different genres and stuff?
Yes, because I'm very focused on the story-heavy RPGs, but I think
Yeah.
like the one I really want to play, and I think I'm getting this soon, is Portal 1 and 2.
Portal,
It's a
yes.
legendary game, and I've heard so
Yeah.
much about it, and so many people say it's really, really good. And
Yeah.
I just want to play it because I think it would be fun, and I think I would like the humor of it as well.
Yes, but I think that's probably a good game. I don't know if it has like a couch mode as well. You can play next to each other, but that would be a really
Oh.
cool game to play like with Lucas, let's say, right? Just in the
But
same room
is it
playing it.
like a two-player game? Because I
That's
thought
what
it
I
was,
think. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying. You
mean,
could
I think
probably
the
play
main
it
story
together.
is just a one player,
Oh,
because
okay.
you get like your little portal gun and you just gotta fight against a robot thing.
Okay. Well, maybe it's the other one then. That's co-op? I don't know.
I have no idea.
You'll have to look into it. But yeah, it's more like a puzzle game, right? That's
Yes,
really fun.
exactly.
It's really fun.
Portal.
Yeah.
Um.
It is co-op. Portal 2 is co-op, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Possible.
But
No
Portal 1
idea.
I'm not sure about. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
but
could play it
I
together.
want to try it out. And
Yeah.
I'll get it eventually.
That seems really good. I think now that as well that you live with like your partner as well, and this is what Mark and I went through when we moved in together, because a lot of the time you do, like you said, you want to be next to each other playing something together and not be in separate rooms all the time. It's just so silly. So it's nice to get these sorts of games that you can just play together sometimes, right?
That is true, absolutely.
you guys should also play A Way Out.
A Way
That game,
Out?
yeah, that's a good co-op game. It's also got a story to it. It's these two guys escaping prison.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Yeah.
My partner would like that, definitely.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't play stuff like, I don't know, Portal with him. Maybe Portal, I don't know. But he's very
Yeah.
picky with his games. He likes some realistic and
Yeah, A
violence.
Way Out, that's a good game. Like, suggest that to him. I think he would like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't think these sorts of games have a lot of replayability though. Like, once you finish the story, it's like, okay, I'm done with it. But again, like I said to Mark, if let's say if you come round, like you and Mark could play it, because it's fun just to see these different dynamics when you play a co-op game, right? So
Yeah.
it would be fun, just to play it with other people as well sometimes, I think.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, and the other game I really want to get when it comes out is called, well, I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Kena Bridge of Spirits. That looks really good.
Oh, yeah, I quickly read about it and it
Yeah.
sounds lovely. There is another game, I think, for the Switch that
Ooh, okay.
deals with a similar topic. I forgot the name of it, but basically you have like a little boat and you pick up souls and they live with you on the boat for a while and then you have to send them on.
Yes, yes, yes. I've seen that and I don't remember the name. Do you remember the name of that?
I don't remember the name. I'll
I
have to.
remember seeing that girl. Yes. And I was like, that looks really good.
And
That
it
looks
looks
really good.
so emotional. And I watched
Yeah.
someone play it, and it was so emotional and
Oh my
beautiful and sad.
goodness.
And I'm scared of it because I don't want to cry. But I think I'll try it out. I'll try it out.
Oh, this is you with everything though, because I even said to Denise, I was like, you have to finish watching Anne with an E because it's hands down like probably the best series I've ever watched in my life. And you just don't want to watch it because you know you're
Yeah.
gonna cry.
I know it's good. I watched the first
Yeah.
season and it was so good.
It-
But I
yeah.
remember the scene at the train station when Anne's
Yeah.
adoptive father comes to find her.
Yeah.
And I think
Oh.
she reads a poem or he reads a poem and
Uh-huh.
it hurt so much in my heart. It was so beautiful, but it hurt me in my heart so much. I
Yeah.
can't take this.
I know, but I feel like you have to get through it because at the end of the day, you're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy it so much, and it's the same with that game as well. I'm sure, like
Yeah,
emotional games,
exactly.
they stick with you, don't they? They do stick with you. Oh man,
Exactly.
but yeah, I think should we call it a day here?
I
What are you
think so,
thinking?
yeah. That
Yeah,
seems like a good moment to stop.
yeah. We actually stayed. I'm surprised we stayed quite relatively on track with gaming.
That
We
is
were pretty
true.
good,
That is
right?
true.
Yeah.
But I mean, we both love talking
We
about gaming,
do.
so
We do. Yeah. We'll have to try to keep some topics like just for the podcast because a lot of the time we talk about these things anyway, right? It's so natural
Yeah.
for us. So
And
I think yeah.
I also think because we can't go out or do anything, there's
Yeah.
not that much else to talk about.
That's true. That is true.
There's
Yeah.
just not a lot happening.
I think next time though, I do want to talk about maybe we can talk about Hitman a little bit because we're gonna play Hitman 3 and try to complete it sometime soon. And that's a game that I really like as well. I think that franchise is a good one. So we can talk a little bit about that and stuff and just other games that we've been playing. I still need to finish Persona 5 as well. I know.
I mean, have you been playing it again?
No, that's
How long have you been putting it away?
okay. So you know how you don't want to finish stuff because it's very sad. I've got this thing that I don't want to finish anything that I know I really love because then it comes to a definitive end.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling.
We talked about this once, I think, right?
I'm just gonna bring this example again, and then we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
I once read a book. House Moving Castle is a book, and I read it within 12 hours. And when I finished, I cried because I was so sad it was over.
Yeah, there we go.
And then
There
I
we
read it
go.
again.
See, that's what I don't want, girl, because
Yeah,
now I'm still part of that universe. I haven't finished it yet.
that's
I'm
true.
Still there.
It's still not over. It's not
It's
over.
not
I do
over,
that
yeah.
too. I get that. I get that.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll finish it soon, but no promises.
No, don't promise it. Just take your
No.
time.
Absolutely. But yeah, we're gonna leave it here then, I think.
It was very
Thank you,
nice chatting
everyone.
with you. It
Oh,
was very
yes.
nice. Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Yes. Oh, we will post twice a month now. That's our goal.
That's the
hope.
plan. Yes.
Yeah. So we'll be
And
back a bit more often now, right?
yes. And we also think now that we don't do these super strict topics, that we sometimes put out specific videos about specific topics. I think that was the plan, but we'll see. We'll firstly mainly do these bi-weekly.
And yeah, I think the last thing we want to say, well, yeah, of course you can find us on YouTube then.
Yes.
We'll keep uploading to our normal places, Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And yeah, we'll see you again very soon.
Yes.
Hopefully. Bye everyone.
Bye bye.